a person like that, I don't care if they're Republican, Democrat, Independent, this should not be the president of the United States.
Oops, you did it again. You got indicted.
That was our guest, comedian Michael Rappaport, sharing his true feelings about Trump's indictment.
Trump has been so insulting, so derogatory, so divisive, and the grabbing to this and the grabbing to that and the shooting the paper towels at the Puerto Rican people who had just come out of the hurricane and all the antagonistic behavior and during the Charlottesville, Virginia, there's good people on both sides. No, there ain't.
A few moments later.
If it comes down to pig dick Donald Trump and smoking Joe Biden, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Voting for pig dick Donald Trump is on the table. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. I'll still call him slob dick Donald Trump, pig dick Donald Trump, and all that. But we need to get this whole fucking situation under control.
What the hell happened to Michael Rappaport? This guy hated Trump more than anybody I know. Now he's talking about he may vote for Trump? We got to get into this. Okay, people. So you guys understand what's going on. The border crisis has now, I think, taken hold and made people wake up to the Joe Biden presidency in a very negative way. See, states like New York and Chicago, deeply blue, always going to vote for the Democrat no matter what. But then you have the swing states, and the swing states are really the ones who pick who's going to be the winner, right? If Ohio flips red or blue, Florida, which is a swing state, even Georgia. So those states flip back and forth. But now everyone's seeing that the swing states are essentially all looking red, and now the blue states are starting to turn red. It's wild because it's the immigration policy that's kind of pushing all of this in that way. Let me explain. We all know Chicago, New York, all these liberal blue cities were sanctuary cities. And they did the whole, hold on, we want migrants, we love migrants, bring migrants to us. The Republicans are racist. Donald Trump is racist because they said they want to leave migrants in Mexico. We want to take care of them. So those states like Florida, Texas, Arizona, they started sending migrants to the places that wanted them. Send them to Chicago, send them to New York, let them go, let them be free, right? They want the migrants. They're sanctuaries for migrants. So those places started getting migrants. But the reality of what it means to have an extra 100,000 people just come in a month, that was like, whoa, we have a problem here. We got too many people. Now, migrants don't just come and just become members of society, right? Legally, they can't work. They got no money. They got no place to stay. They got no food. So who's going to pay for all that? In New York took care of their housing. New York took care of their food. New York took care of all of that. But then that bill comes due. That bill for New York came out to something like $1.2 billion as of last recording. In Chicago and the state of Illinois, it's about $300 to $400 million. That's how much that cost is. Now, mind you, these places were already tight with the budget already. Now you're adding an extra $300 million or $1.2 billion on top of that. Things start deteriorating quickly. So, for instance, like in places like New York has had to slash the budget everywhere. They're slashing police, slashing everything, slashing the budget. And that's caused the problem. And same thing in Chicago. They're slashing budget, slashing everything. But now, the people who live there, those deeply blue, deeply liberal people, have woken up and said, well, hold on. The reason why we have this problem is Joe Biden. That's why you see Michael Rappaport doing all his, I hate, laughing at Trump being a Biden, but now talking about, well, if it's on the table now and it's between this guy and Trump, I might be going Trump. It's all because of this. Now, another interesting part about this is that a lot of people who supported Trump, a lot of celebrities, are now also waking up to the ineptitude of Biden because of this same thing. So, for instance, here's Cardi B. Now, after Mayor Adams has said that, I got to cut all these city services because those cuts are going to affect the poorest people first, right? cuts in police services, cuts in city aid. Those things are going to affect the people with the least amount of money because those are the people who rely on those services. So Cardi B has just found out that these things are being cut en masse because of the migrant crisis. Now, before we get into how Cardi B is now upset at Joe Biden and the migrant crisis, here's Cardi B endorsing Joe Biden for president and doing this, essentially, I don't even call it an interview, just this talk saying how much Joe Biden is so good and we love him. But anyway, watch it, you'll see. Just a quick clip of it.
Well, first thing first, let me keep it a buck. I just want Trump out. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like his mouth gets us in trouble so much. I don't want to be lied to. I don't want, we're dealing with a pandemic right now, right? And I just want answers. I want to know when this is over. I want to go back to my job. I want to be able to go outside. I want to be able not to feel like I'm trapped in my home. But I don't want somebody to lie to me and tell me that it's okay to go outside. It's okay not to wear a mask, that everything is going to be okay. No, I want like a timeline of when things are going to get better. I want a president to tell me what are the steps for us to get better besides, taking precautions like with our masks and quarantining. I need somebody to tell me like, this is going to be over when we find this cure. This is why it's taking so long. This is why other countries are doing better than ours when it comes to this pandemic. I need somebody to tell me the truth, the hardcore truth. And also, I, of course, want free Medicare. And this is why it's important to have free Medicare, because look what's happening right now. You see why we should have been have free Medicare for a long time. I, of course, think that we need a free college education. That's second. And I want Black people to stop getting killed and no justice for it. I'm tired of it. I just want more stricter laws that is fair to Black citizens. And, it's fair for cops too. If you kill somebody that doesn't have a weapon on them, you go to jail. You know what? If I kill somebody, I gotta go to jail. You gotta go to jail too.
So now you saw that. So let's watch the brilliant Cardi B and what her opinion of the Joe Biden presidency is now.
1,000 people by now, but I have 24,000. I need y'all to spread this fucking video. And if something happens to me, it's because I'm speaking truth. So God forbid if something happens to me or my family or some shit, is because the niggas is after me because I'm speaking the truth. And here's the truth, right?
Who's after you? Somebody, oh my goodness, this is already spicy already. Like, people are after me. They're going to kill me because I'm speaking the truth. Is this real? Now I'm interested in what she's going to say. I haven't watched this thing, so I've seen clips of it, but I haven't watched this whole thing, so I'm interested. What the hell is she gonna say? They may take me out in the back and kill me, but I'm gonna say it. What are you saying, girl?
In New York, there is a $120 million budget cut. There's a $120 million budget cut in New York that is going to affect schools, public libraries, and the police department. Y'all know I don't give a fuck about the cops, but it is what it is. There's gonna be an $120 million budget cut.
Now, budget cut's a little bit deeper than that. Hopefully my editor will be able to put the clip of the budget cuts up there. But essentially, yeah, there's gonna be a crazy budget cut.
With schools, with libraries, and the cops, and the police department. And a $5 million budget cut in sanitation. Of a budget cut in sanitation. Bitch, we're going to be drowning with rats. We're going to be drowning in fucking rats. So we are going to be having a budget cut on these shits. Mind you, and this is why I said, this is what I'm telling y'all, I'm not this year. Don't fucking ask me. I don't give a fuck the resume that they send. I don't give a fuck. I'm not endorsing no fucking president.
I think she learned to listen from last time. She's like, I jumped the gun too early.
Presidents no more. Because how is there a $100 million budget cut in New York City for fucking schools, library, police safety and sanitation. Yeah, Joe Biden's talking about like, yeah, we could fund 2 wars. We could fund 2 wars. Motherfuckers talking about we don't got it, but we got it. Like, we're the greatest nation. No, the fuck we're not. We're going through some shit right now. Like, say it. We really going through, we really are fucked right now.
That's a valid point, though. Let's just keep it real. We're funding Ukraine. We're giving Ukraine hundreds of billions of dollars. Matter of fact, we've given Ukraine more than the entire Russian defense budget for the year. We've given them more than that. We've like blown them out. That's what we're giving to Ukraine. Israel. We're giving billions of dollars to Israel to help them fight their war. So what's going on? Why can't we help the people here? That's what she says. She's like, well, we're saying we ain't got no money for this, but there's money. We got money. We're giving them to Israel and to Ukraine. Fair criticism.
$120 million. Like, where these kids are gonna go? Like, I'm lucky. I'm blessed. I'm whatever the fuck. But like, what's gonna happen to my nieces? What's gonna happen to my nephews? What's gonna happen to my cousins, my aunts, my friends? That's living in the hood.
And this is what I was telling you before. The cuts aren't going to affect the people at the top, right? Because they have the resources to kind of absorb that. It's the people at the bottom. It's the people who, like she's saying, her friends that live in the hood, her friends that haven't made it yet, right? Those are the people who depend on police, fire services, the homeless services, the NYCHA, which is the public housing, schools, public schools, all those things that the money has to come from to now take care of the migrants. That's who she's now advocating for, right? What about those people?
Fuck the hood, like my shit. Like, I don't give a fuck if I live in Jersey, bitch. I'm from the Bronx. I don't want to see my shit affected. The Bronx, Brooklyn, it's gonna affect the whole New York. 120 million budget cut on schools, libraries, police department, and sanitation. Bitch, New York is already fucking super dirty. Like, yo, you know what's embarrassing? Like, it's like, like, I know people from California, I know people from Atlanta, so I always be like, yeah, New York is the greatest place in the world. Yeah, they be like, New York is dirty. And it is dirty. And we're gonna get even dirtier with the fucking budget cut. And yeah, we talking about we could fund 2 wars. That's like a nigga trying to front like, yeah, I got the money to support 2 bitches, but you really don't.
I love the way she put it. She's probably going to be in a song. She's like, somebody frying. But I gotta say, the logic don't make sense. Cardi, I get it. So this is from the U.S. Defense Department. I wanted to see like how much are we actually, because she keeps saying Ukraine. How much have we given to Ukraine? The 51st drawdown, the U.S. has provided $44.2 billion in security assistance. Wow. That's a lot of money. And she saw, 120 million is like nothing compared to this. But yeah, we've given 44 billion. Yeah, we've given a lot of money to Ukraine. And just to be clear, as the New York Daily News reports, the mayor isn't talking about 125 million or $120 million budget cuts. He's talking about 2.1 billion in budget cuts. So her number's off just by a little bit, but I think she's making the right comparison between Ukraine and, the budget cuts in New York. Now, with all of that, I think our boy Joe Biden has a problem. The reason why Cardi B is saying all this about these budget cuts is not about anything else. The reason why they have the budget cuts in New York, obviously, is because of the migrant crisis. They're paying to house people. They're paying for food. They're paying for shelter. They're paying for them to stay in hotels, right? The city's got to pay that money out. And to pay that money to take care of migrants is less money you have to pay police, less money you have to pay for sanitation, those type of things. So there's a direct cause to the issues that are going on. And the New York mayor says it, right? We're going to have to pay for this in some way. Now, I think New York has caused a lot of its problems on its own because they have this right to shelter law, which means if anybody goes and says, well, I need a house, they got to pay for it. That's going to cost you some money. Now, New York is a rich place. The city of New York is billions and billions of dollars. But I think at the end of the day, her issue is with the Biden border policy. And unfortunately, and I hate to say this, but some people conflate the actual migrants who are there, because if the people who are there, it's not their fault, right? They've come there, and the people in New York were like, come, we'll take care of you. So I don't think anybody blaming the actual people, the migrants who are there, you should blame them. You got to blame the politicians who, number one, invited them to come, who said they'll take care of them. And now we're in the position where like, oh, well, we were wrong and now we don't have enough money to do this, right? Because I think anybody could saw that. Biden's culpable to this. Mayor Adams, he's the one who was, I'm so happy this is the Secretary of City. And the governor of New York is also culpable in this. So I think if people really understand what the problem is, and now it seems like Cardi, she understands it in a little bit of way. And so does Michael Rappaport. He understands it a little bit. I think that waking up and understanding that, okay, this is the problem. What's the solution? I think the solution, unfortunately, is voting Biden out. And I think, if you're honest with yourself, I think these people are coming to that realization, because it's not about the aspirational, we just like Democrats over Republicans anymore. It's about what's happening on the ground. And when that starts affecting you personally, like it's doing with Cardi B, her family, Michael Rappaport and his family, that's when I think shit hits the fan. And that's when I think people start saying, well, I'm not voting for just because he's a Democrat. I got to vote because I think it's the best candidate for what I need. Let me know if you where I'm wrong in the comment section. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and I'll see you next one. Peace.